Hi, guys, and welcome to day 8 of the Buddy Dispatch. I'm Sam,
And I'm Ayad.
and we are the founders of the Buddy Dispatch. All right, so for the lesson plan today, we are going to be starting off with a quick little activity, and then we'll move on to the lesson of the week, or the topic of the week, sorry, including all the prompts. And lastly, we will be going over the craft.
Okay, so to start off, we have a little activity to introduce you to the topic of the week. So, the topic of the week is art. We're going to be talking about art and what is considered art and what it means to you. So, here we have this urinal that is considered to be art by many people, and it was displayed in an art exhibit, and we learned about this in our English class. And we had a debate on whether this should be considered as art or not, because all it is a urinal that wasn't like handcrafted or anything. It was factory made, and it is just signed by someone's name. It's not even the artist's name, it's just some random name. So it sort of raises a question of what should be considered art. Um, and we want to know what you think about that. So that's just something to consider. Okay, so moving on to the next part of the activity, we're going to be making another mind map. So to make the mind map, start by writing the word art at the center of the page and circling it, and then branch out from that word into all the different types or categories of art. So some examples include visual art, performing art, literature, poetry, music, cinema, architecture, and I'm sure there's many more. So whatever you consider to be different categories of art, just list those branching out from the word art and then circle those as well. And then branching out from those different categories of art, list out specific examples of those. So, for example, calligraphy would probably be visual art, ballet would be performing art, jazz music would be music, stop motion animation would be a part of cinema, and etc. etc. So, just list out everything that you consider to be art, um, just so that you can really get to thinking about just art and the impact that it has on our everyday lives that we might not even realize. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the prompts for the week. So, like we said before, what is considered art and what isn't, and what is art to you? Do you express yourself through art, and if so, how? So I'm sure a lot of you are musicians or dancers or photographers. There's a lot of different kinds of artists. So if you consider to be yourself an artist of some sort, how do you express yourself through art? So does art hold value to you? Is it meaningful to you when you express yourself through art, or is it just something that you do without really thinking about it? And also think about the implications that art has on our culture and our community, and what kinds of art can be seen in our cultures and communities, and how art shapes our cultures and communities. And you can also talk about whether you prefer to just enjoy art or analyze it, or both. Um, Another thing you could consider is like song lyrics. Do song lyrics hold a value to you? Do you like to analyze song lyrics, because that is a form of art too? So these are all things that you can consider and write about. And you are not limited to these prompts, but these should just sort of guide your letters.
All right, moving on to the craft of the week. So, on the topic of art, we consider art to be completely subjective to either the creator, so the person making the art, or the ones who are experiencing the art. So this week's craft is completely up to you. We want you to express yourself through art however you want to, in any shape, way, or yeah, any shape or way. And it can honestly be as ridiculous as you'd like it to be, as long as you have a reasonable like interpretation and justification as to why you would consider it art. So some ordinary examples, it could just be like a simple sketch of a flower that you saw, a painting, maybe a photograph that you have taken. Some of the weirder ones would be like a tea bag, a button, a receipt, a ticket, or a penny. And you have to keep in mind, since we are mailing like physical mail, it cannot be sort of too heavy, or else you're gonna have to like put more stamps, like pay for it. So yeah, just keep it like thin and keep it light. And it is whatever you put in here doesn't like necessarily typically have to be considered like typical art, but you can make it art somehow by either like painting on it, drawing on it, writing maybe like your name, or it doesn't even have to be your name, someone else's name on it, like we saw with the urinal. So just completely, I don't do whatever you would like to do. And the best submissions that we received, we will be featuring on our website and our Instagram, and we'll also mention and show them off in our next session. So please be as creative as possible. We're really excited to see what you guys can come up with. So just there are really no limitations except fitting it into an envelope. All right, so that is all we have for today. Thank you guys for joining us. Our next session will be on December 22nd. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at the Buddy Dispatch so you guys can stay updated on when our next sessions are going to be. Or you can also check our website. And if you are completing volunteer hours, please do not forget to submit pictures of your letters and your crafts to the Google form that we have under the participants tab. And also don't forget to log those hours onto the spreadsheet that Tatiana gave you guys, because that is the only way you will be given credit for those hours. And also, if
um,
you guys have, oh, go ahead.
no, there's one more thing I wanted to add about stamps. If you have run out of stamps, then you can either buy more for yourself if you plan on staying with the program for a while and know that you will be needing more. But you can also send us an email if you need more stamps, and we will send a few more. So we won't be like checking up with you or reaching out. So if you need stamps, you'll need to email us.
Yes. And if you enjoyed our program today, please tell your friends and have them join us as well so they can earn buddy too.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining. See you next time.
Bye. Cool.